shot away, score! Daniel Alfredsson ends the game in overtime and sends the Ottawa Senators to the Stanley Cup Final for the first time in franchise history.
Welcome to Sens Talk. My name is Brandon, and I'm your host. Before we get started, please follow us on Twitter at SensTalk_ for live tweeting updates of the games and, of course, breaking news. Before we get to this game, we have some injury updates. Alex Burrows would not play in tonight's game against the Minnesota Wild. Erik Karlsson, breaking his 324 consecutive game Ironman streak, did not play tonight as well, as Victor Stalberg drew back into the lineup. Yuri Jokipaka made his Senators debut, and let's get it started. 16:20 into the first period, Mike Hoffman one-timer pass to starting goalie for the Minnesota Wild. For the first time in a year, Alex Stalock was in the net in the NHL. 1-0 Senators from Mark Stone and Cody Ceci. Senators have the best record in the NHL while scoring the first goal. So early on, the Senators looking good after a big Wild push. The Senators get the first goal. They get lucky, squeaked it between Stalock's legs. He's a smaller goalie. And the Senators are looking good early. But less than a minute later, this has really been this theme of the night. Niederreiter, a weird bounce goes right to him. He puts it past Anderson, who didn't see it, who didn't react to it. A bad first goal. Brodin Stewart draw the assist. It's 1-1 tie going to the second period. Niederreiter left wide open. He dekes out Anderson. He takes the lead for the Wild. It's 2-1. Joel Eriksson Ek, 3-1. No chance. Defensive breakdown. Go to the third period. Dumba from the point in 4-1. Why not make it 5-1? Pominville beats Craig Anderson on a weird angle where he should have stopped it. Senators drop an important 2 points. The Senators lose 5-1 to the Minnesota Wild. All the teams we needed to lose won. Montreal won, they clinched a playoff spot. Boston won. Toronto won. Carolina won. Philadelphia won. Tampa Bay won. 6 teams we needed to lose won. And the Senators lost without even getting a point. I'll get more to that in a moment. Final shots to goal. 9-8 Ottawa after the first period. 7-6 Minnesota after the second period. 11-4 Minnesota after the third period for a final tally of 26-19 Minnesota. Ottawa had nothing going after the first goal. Lost all the momentum after a minute, less than a minute later when they allowed the goal to tie it. They just never got the momentum back. And Erik Karlsson clearly showing why he should win the Hart, why he should win the Norris, because the Senators are not a playoff team without Erik Karlsson. I'm sorry, they're not a playoff team. I understand, without Alex Burrows and without Marc Methot. I get it. But Erik Karlsson is that player that pushes your team from maybe a playoff team to a contender, which Ottawa is. They're not a pretender. I believe they are a contender if they play their system and they play with Erik Karlsson. Without Erik Karlsson, they're a team that can squeak into the playoffs and get kicked out by Washington in the first round. Team stats, 25 face-offs wins for Ottawa at 42.4, Minnesota 57.6 34. Ottawa went 0 for 4 on the power play, and Minnesota went 1 for 2. The Mike Hoffman goal was a few seconds after the power play, if that counts for you. Hits for 15-16 Minnesota, shots 26-19 Minnesota. They outplayed us. Third star of the game, his first win of the year, Alex Stalock. 947 save percentage, 18 saves on 19 shots. Joel Eriksson Ek, second star with a goal. And Niederreiter with the 2-goal game. He's the first star in Minnesota. The Senators' record now is 41-26-9. In their last 10, they're 3-4-3. They've lost 3 games in a row. They're 2-8. They've won 2 games in the last 8 games. 2 wins in their past 8 games. 2 out of 8. 16 possible points. They got 6. Yeah, 6. And with this loss, Senators lose 5-1 to the Minnesota Wild. The next game is Saturday, April 1st, 7 p.m. Eastern Time in Winnipeg against the Winnipeg Jets. They can play spoiler. We need that win, and I'll tell you why right now. Montreal locked up a playoff spot. 77 games played, 44, 24, and 6 and 9 and 97 points. Ottawa had 76 games played, 41-26 and 91 points. 2 points behind the Ottawa Senators. The Toronto Maple Leafs are 2 points behind. 76 games played, 37-24 and 15, 89 points. We lose against the Jets. The Leafs beat whoever they're playing on Saturday. It's a tie spot for second place in the division. Boston's 3 points behind. Tampa Bay is 6. All the teams are in grasp of kicking us out of a playoff spot, taking our home ice advantage away, taking our season away, and really just killing us. You see, Toronto was 5-6 points back 3 days ago, and now they're 2. That's 1 win and 1 loss for us. It's a tie spot for second. Now, let's not talk about divisional spotting anymore. We need to win against the Jets. We have no choice but to beat the Jets. We lose to the Jets, a team that's way out of a playoff spot, over 10 points. We lose to the Jets. We have a back-to-back coming up against the Red Wings, so we're going to try to play spoiler 2. You don't think they're motivated because they had a horrible season and they don't want to beat every team they can now to prove themselves for contract, be proven NHLers, to prove themselves to be good players, you know what I mean, for contracts. This is scary because we're only 2 points ahead of Toronto now. And I understand, look, if you look at Toronto's schedule, Toronto's schedule is horrible. It's very, very tough. And Ottawa's schedule coming up is like the Red Wings twice, the Islanders once, Jets once, Rangers and Boston. Very, very important games. The Jets are our last Western Conference team of the season unless we go to the finals. So, very important. We play the Red Wings twice. That's 6 points, including that Jets game, that are up for grabs. We win all 3, we're in the playoffs for sure. We clinch it. Easy, done, go. Yeah, go Sens go. We lose 2 out of 3, we're in the wild card spot probably. We need to win 2 out of 3. 3 out of 3 preferably. 2 out of 3 would be excellent. Islanders win. Kick them out of the playoffs for sure. Rangers, we need to go. And we have 6 games left. 4 and 6. We don't need to. We go 4 and 6. We'll definitely lock down that spot for home ice advantage. But anything less than that, it's up for grabs. We go 4 for 6 with the other teams having tough schedules, especially with that game against Boston, which could be for the division, second space in the division. I'm just saying, we need to get right back on track. We need Erik Karlsson back, and we need to beat the Winnipeg Jets on Saturday. Now, to the wild card. Boston still holds down the last wild card spot. Tampa Bay's 3 points out. Carolina on the roll, they're 4 points out, and New York is finally slowing down. They're 6 points out. So, do we start Mike Condon Saturday? I say yes. It's been 3 games in a row. Anderson, back-to-back games, stupid goals. Yesterday, he got us the point. And I love Anderson. He's had a spectacular season. He has a spectacular story. But we're not winning. We need a change. And when you give up 2 weak goals like that against the Minnesota Wild team, when you got no Erik Karlsson, you got no swagger going with the team right now, and then the last game you turned it over to Jordan Wheel, he scores a tie, losing that extra point for us and the win that would have got us back on track against the easy win tonight that could have been against the Minnesota Wild. It's time for change. Anderson is no doubt our starter, but you got to be prepared for this. Back-to-back against Detroit. You start Condon, he wins. You can start him again against Detroit, and then you can put Anderson for that game, and then against the Islanders. You see what I mean? So I think they should go with Condon. You put him for those 2 games, and then the second of the back-to-back, you put Anderson, then you put it to the Islanders, and then you see where it goes. That's just my opinion. I hope Guy Boucher does that. He's a smart coach, but we can't keep Anderson in for the next game. You need a change of scenery. Mike Condon could steal us the win. You've seen him. Look at a Tampa Bay game. Look at that highlights. I think Mike Condon needs to come in. Not because Craig Anderson's been playing bad. It's because the whole team in general has been playing poorly. And they need a different image in the net. And I would hope, not because I don't like Craig Anderson. He's no doubt the number 1 starter. I think it's just change and to see if something else can work. And hopefully Mike Condon will get the start. And hopefully we'll get the win. Senstock YouTube Star of the Night, Bobby Ryan. He, from what I saw, he had some nice passes. He had a nice behind-the-back pass on the power play, I remember. He stole the puck a few times, played out the body. He's been playing strong the past few days, but there's no points on the net. For a $7.5 million player, you got to get points. No one showed up tonight, honestly. Zach Smith got injured in the first period. Doesn't look serious, so he should probably be back Saturday's game, but it's not good what the hole the Senators are digging themselves into. That was not necessary. But luckily now, 4 of the next 6 games we're playing are not against playoff teams. Well, 5 or 6, I guess. Well, 4 or 6, yeah, because Islanders are not. Rangers and Bruins are. So this is your chance, Senators, to grab it, grasp it, and run away with it. Lock down the second spot in the division. Get home ice advantage. Kick the hell out of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Go to the second round. See what happens. Maybe go for a cup drive. You need the win against Jets for any of this to happen. You don't lose. You lose to the Jets, we could be talking about draft. So I'll see you in the next video. Thank you all for watching. Please follow us on Twitter at Senstock_ for live Twitter updates of the games and of course breaking news. Please like us on Facebook at Senstock. Add to search circles on Google Plus Senstock. Click the big red button down there. Subscribe to us. Like the video. Share this video wherever you share cool stuff. Please check out our website, SensTalkCentral.com. We really appreciate it. We update it every single day. Really appreciate your support there. Please check out our Instagram sponsor, Sens.Central. They post some cool things on Instagram. So if Instagram is your main social media account, please follow them there. And of course, click right here for the latest Senstock YouTube video, and right here to subscribe to us. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next video, hopefully with better fit for the playoffs. See you next video. Go Sens go.